Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with a quick review of the Blink Pan Tilt camera. This single camera provides a much better coverage of an area than a standard camera because through the application, you can actually pan this camera 350 degrees to either side and 125 degrees up and down. So you can pull it back like this and look up at the ceiling, and you can spin it this way and look at the floor, and you can spin it all the way around so you can zero in on any area in your home that you want to keep an eye on. Now, before I get too deep into all the features this product provides, I always like to start with a really quick unboxing to show you everything that's included with the kit, and that way you'll understand exactly what you get if you decide this product is right for you. And then I'll dive into the features, because what Blink's created here is a small camera that's jam-packed with features that you normally only find on much more complicated camera systems. So I think they've done a great job of adding a new style of camera to the Blink network that allows you to cover a wider area with a high-definition camera. But let's get started with the unboxing, and then I'll dive into the features. So when you open up the box, you'll find the pan tilt camera, which has a really nice heavy base. There's a rubber ring on the bottom of it, so you can set it down on any surface, not worry about it moving around or scratching that surface. And on the bottom, you'll find a 1/4" 20 threaded hole, and that's there so if you want to set this up on a tripod, you can do that, or if you want to attach it to a wall. And again, the camera is going to spin 350 degrees in either direction like this, and 125 degrees up and down this way. Now, the camera itself has got a micro USB connection on the back, and that's where the cable comes in, and you'll see a connection from the base to the camera at the top, which again is another micro USB. And that camera should look pretty familiar if you're a fan of the Blink system, and I'll get into that in a minute, because the base is actually offered as a complete camera or just the base alone, because if you have a Blink Mini like this, you can actually use the base with an existing Blink Mini and turn it into a pan tilt camera. So they're giving you a lot of flexibility in the system. Also included with the kit is a nice long cable that has a USB-A connection on one end and a micro USB connection on the other end. And this plugs into the base of the camera and makes a connection to the charger, which they also include. You'll plug this into any standard wall outlet. There's a USB-A port right there, and that's where the larger connector plugs into, and you'll plug it into the camera, and that provides all the power you'll need for operation. You'll also find a really small instruction manual that'll talk about how to get it set up, but the Blink system is so simple that once you open up the application, you tap a few things on the screen, and all of a sudden the camera is part of your solution. So you'll immediately see it, and you'll also have control over the pan and tilt from the application. So let's talk a little bit about the camera. And again, it's the same camera that the Blink Mini provides, the same features it provides, which again, I'm blown away by the fact that they've got a tiny little camera like this that has this level of specification built in. So the camera itself will provide 1080p high definition video in color during the day, which is a wonderful picture. It also has incredible night vision and infrared illuminators that actually broadcast an infrared signal into the area, just like a flashlight, which lights up the area, so in the darkness you can see things in that room in complete darkness. It's absolutely incredible. So it covers you during the day, it covers you at night. It also has motion detection built in, so if you have this set up in the room, anything that walks through the room is going to trigger an alarm on your phone. It's also going to start the recording. So if you're trying to keep an eye on an area in your home, if somebody walks through that area, it's going to trigger an alert on your phone again, and it's going to start recording. So I think that's really nice. But it doesn't stop there, because the motion detection is very sophisticated inside the system, and through the application you have a lot of control over setting up motion zones on areas you care about and other areas you don't care about. So you can zero in on that door in the back of your house, or maybe there's a walkway down here or a hallway you want to keep an eye on. You can sort of define that motion zone, and if somebody walks around that isn't in the motion zone, it's not going to trigger, but the minute they walk through that motion zone, it's going to trigger that motion detection. Again, it's going to trigger an alarm on your phone, and it's going to start recording. The recordings can be stored either up in the cloud, which is the way I like to do it, because then I can view them from anywhere in the world, or on the sync module. The newer sync modules, the Sync 2, has a little USB-A connection on the side. You can slide a thumb drive in there and actually have those recordings done locally to that thumb drive. So you have the choice of using the cloud or using a local thumb drive. Another feature I like a lot is the two-way audio, because I can actually talk to somebody in the room and I can hear them on the other end. So if the kids are home early, I can say, hey, how was your day? Did you guys have a good day at school? And what are you working on? What kind of homework? If I'm stuck at work, that's a great way for me to drop in on the kids and just say hi. It's also a great way during the day when I'm at work and I'm thinking about my dogs, maybe I want to take a peek and see how they're doing, if they're sleeping in their bed or if they're running around or wrestling with each other. It's just a great way to check in on the house when I'm away. So I think they've done a wonderful job. And the thing I like the best about it is the fact that Blink is thinking about their customer base, because a lot of us have already purchased the Mini. This gives me the option to turn that Mini into a pan tilt camera just by adding the base. So if I need another camera, I'll get the base with the camera. But if I already have a camera and I want to have a little bit more flexibility to move around the room and view different areas in that room, I'll just pick up the base, I'll snap the camera on the back of it, I'll plug it in, and I'm off and running. It's just that simple. And the best part about the Blink system is that with a single sync module, I can add up to 10 cameras. The Blink Mini, the Blink Outdoor, the Blink Indoor, the Blink Doorbell. So all those work through that same sync module, and it's incredibly easy to set up, and it just works. It's just a great little system. So that's pretty much all I had for today. I like this an awful lot, and it's a new addition to the Blink line, and I think they've done a great job in not only putting together a camera that's pan and tilt, but one that I can also use with a camera that I already own, which I think really establishes some value. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I like this camera an awful lot, and to be fair, I've upgraded most of my Minis to add that base to it because it gives me so much flexibility to look around the room, whereas a standard camera like this, I'm only looking at a small section of it. So I think you're gonna like it an awful lot as well. And that's it. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.